wonderful Aquarius. Welcome to your 2018 tarot forecast. I'm going to do a reading that looks at 12 cards for the year, one for each month, and just look at some overall energy that that may be surrounding you in 2018. It's a really good time of the year to kind of look at things and see what sort of things perhaps you want to focus on, and give you some insights into this new year, and really just touch base with yourself and make sure you're on track for doing all of the things that really bring you joy. So I wanted to thank you all very much, first of all, for all of your comments and subscribing and sharing my videos here on YouTube. It really means a lot to me to be able to connect with you, and I enjoy sharing the messages that the cards have. Now, for some of the signs, I got started off, and I've done, actually for Aquarius, I've already done your January 2018 reading. So you can see that in the description below. If you haven't already seen that reading, you'll be able to link to that and take a look at the whole energy around January. And so what I'm doing is the first card that came up for you in January is really the card that I'm starting with in that position. So in 12 cards for the month, we're going to look at this. The first card that came up in your January reading was the Mentor of Wands. And we'll talk a little bit more about the cards and the messages that each of the cards have. But I wanted to let you know that, that we'll get started, and we're going to look at sort of 12 months going forward. Now I'm just going to move the camera down so that you can see the cards as they come out, and then we'll have a little chat around sort of the overall energy and kind of look at the focus for the year. So let's just move the camera. And I want to bring this in so that you can see it. So we've got that. Let's move some of my stones around so I know where the camera is, and want you to be able to see the cards. So in the first position in January, as I said, came up with your January readings, we've got the Mentor of Wands. So I'm going to draw the cards for the the remaining 5 months, and then do the last 6 months of the year. So let's see what we get. This is for Aquarius, and it's 2018. Let's take a look. Okay. The Emperor, the Nine of Cups, Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Empress. Okay, so that's the first 6 months. And now let's look and see what's going on for the second half of the year. Okay, Two of Cups. Move that in. Letting go. The Ten of Cups. The Universe. Ten of Wands. Smooth that over a bit. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, so Aquarius, some really powerful cards here for you. An indication, the overall sort of energy that's coming in here, and when something in terms of a focus and that kind of thing is very much about happiness, about being connected to your heart. You've got the Two, and then the Ten of Cups, and you're starting off the year with the Mentor of Wands, which Wands is very much connected to your authentic self and about being on track. And so that's the energy moving into the year. And you've got cards like Abundance and the Empress and the Ten of Wands, all of these indicating some growth and movement in those areas, and definitely happiness in here. December, you've got the Nine of Swords. So one of those things that sometimes you sometimes get wrapped up about worrying about things, and so it's really about being able to find the answers to questions and things of that nature. So you've got, in January, you've got the Mentor of Wands. February is the Emperor. March is the Nine of Cups. So the first quarter, you're looking at sort of being connected to yourself, to your own plans. Some influence here that that may be sort of blocking you in some ways, but the ultimate movement here is towards the Nine of Cups, which is really open emotions. You can see that the magic swirling there, so that's a really positive move forward. The Six of Wands, recognizing the importance of standing your ground and what you believe in, moving into the Six of Pentacles, which is, you know, abundance and gratitude in that whole area, and the Empress, which is, you know, that maternal energy of being connected to Mother Earth, to nature, to growth and all of those possibilities. And then in July, the Two of Cups, August, letting go, and September, the Ten of Cups. So this whole quarter here, as I indicated, is really very much about joy and happiness, being able to let go perhaps of something that's been holding you back. And the last quarter of the year is the amazing energy of the universe that's behind you in helping you to move forward, to do things, to feel supported, to feel connected. The Ten of Wands, very much about taking steps and really moving into your own, recognizing that you have amazing skills and abilities, and that you can continue to move forward. And then December, a month where perhaps you need to be looking at self-care and being kind and gentle with yourself, and not perhaps being so hard on yourself, which is something, Aquarius, I know that you quite often struggle with. And so the energy here is really about finding joy, recognizing it in the moment, being able to cut through to the truth of matters, and being able to really really find some happiness. So overall, the energy is looking really awesome. You're looking at a year ahead that there's lots of different insights here, and as I indicated, I'll go through the cards just briefly to give you a little bit of insight. But what I will be doing too is, with each of the months, as I do the monthly readings for your sign, I will have the card that was selected for that month in this 12-month spread as a significator, as a card that sort of talks a little bit about the energy that we have from the reading, and the insights and the messages, and maybe just giving some clarification. So in January, and you can look at your reading that was for the month of January, as I said, it'll be in the link below. You've got the Mentor of Wands, and the Mentor of Wands is very much, it's a guide card. And this is, you know, this is really speaking to the importance of starting 2018, being connected to the things that are important to you. And you can see that he's sort of sitting on his throne, and it's really about making decisions for yourself that are focused around that, about actually really not listening and following other people's direction, always feeling that you have to answer to what someone else thinks might be right for you, and actually really stepping into your own. So it's a good way to start off the new year in 2018, and it's something that that you really, it's what you really wanted to do, and how you wanted to progress. In February, you've got the energy of the Emperor around you, and so in some cases the Emperor is very good at organizing things. He's very good at making things happen. You know, he's good at doing Emperor things, you know, that leadership role. But the other thing that the Emperor is that sometimes there is a personality or someone in your life that perhaps is very rigid. And for you, Aquarius, you may be finding this difficult. And so I'm getting a sense that, you know, you're sort of starting off the new year, but one of the things that, with the right way, sort of looking at what's important and you wanting to move forward, and one of the things that may be blocking you is the energy of the Emperor. And this could be perhaps a job that is keeping you too restricted. It could be someone in your life that it really is not not as easygoing as you are. It's very much set in their ways. And so this is something that, you know, that perhaps you're going to need to deal with in order for you to move forward. The good news is that looking at that and actually making plans and making decisions around that, you move into the Nine of Cups, and you can see that, you know, this beautiful golden glow behind the archway where she is. Cups are very much connected to your heart, to your emotions, to your feelings, and you can see she's sort of reaching towards that cup, and there's that magic overflowing. And so this is really about a spark of happiness and opportunity that is moving into your life and the energy that's around you in March. So definitely an awesome move forward. You move into April, and you've got the Six of Wands, and this is really reflecting, this is really something that is sort of also talking about the past and the importance of you standing your ground, setting boundaries, perhaps something that you started to do with the energy of the Emperor, and the importance of that, and recognizing that being true to yourself is really important, and that it's important to stand up for yourself. And the horse in the image is very much symbolic of freedom, of movement forward. And you can see she's just sort of standing there. The horse is ready, and she's holding her wand up. And so there's this energy of being in control. And so that's something that that is open and around you in the month of April. You move into May with the Six of Pentacles, and this is a beautiful card. The Six of Pentacles always sort of reminds me of harvest. You can see the sort of golden colors, about abundance. And so for you, Aquarius, this is an indication that the month is going to be easier for you. It's going to be give and take, where you're not feeling that you're always the one putting out. There's going to be an opportunity for you to receive as well. Pentacles is your physical world, so it's in terms of things like your job, finances, your home life, your health even. And so definitely a balance there. That's another important thing about the six in this card, is that feeling of abundance and wellness. So definitely you know, some really strong, beautiful energy there. And you move into June with the energy of the Empress. And this, you know, going into the summer months here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's just, it's a beautiful time to connect with nature, to make time to rest, to make time to, you know, be able to connect with that peace and calm that can come from downtime. You can see that she's sort of walking, and there's the river and water behind her. She's in a forest, and there's a butterfly here. And so it really talks about transformation, about taking time, downtime, about looking after yourself, recognizing that wishes can come true, and really enjoying being in the moment. So this is, you know, another one that's sort of leading you to be doing what you are really passionate about, what you enjoy. For many of you, Aquarius, being connected to water is an important part of your sign, and so this is just bringing you home to that again. So it's some beautiful energy for the new year, and really a happy move forward. And in July, you've got the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is very much cups again, as I mentioned, is your heart, your emotions. It's and the two is very much about compassion, and particularly self-compassion. So an opportunity for you to recognize how precious you are, because sometimes you're a little harder on yourself, and that you don't realize all of the gifts that you have to offer, and that you need to treat yourself with the same sort of kindness that you treat other people with, okay? So there's some real insights there for you in terms of that. And then there's also, you're moving into the next month with the card of letting go. And this card in the Major Arcana is very much about being in a place where you're comfortable to let go of things that just aren't important to you anymore. And so I think that's why, you know, that's sort of, it's connected very much to cups. You've got 2 cup cards, emotion cards on either side of this letting go. So I get a sense that something that has been maybe difficult for you, you're going to find that it's okay to let go of it, and that it's not going to have the same sort of power or energy over you, and you're going to be able to move forward into the beautiful energy of the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is, you can see the celebration, the magic around them. This card is very much about happily ever after, about dreams coming true, about celebrating that, about being with people that you're connected with, and very much about happiness. So some really warm and wonderful cards. It's just awesome. Going into October, then you've got the Universe, which is another major arcana card and one of the most powerful cards. It's represented in the Rainbow Travelers deck with you know, this beautiful angel, and the dove is there sort of symbolizing peace and, you know, sort of watching over you. And you can see there's a bit, she's holding sort of a crescent moon blade, and that's really about cutting through barriers for you. So this is to give you some encouragement that the universe is behind you, that you can really embrace this new year, and that it's going to be one that brings you joy and happiness. And you go into November, and we've got the energy of the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, you know, we started off with in January with the Mentor, about being connected to who you are. And by the time you're moving through the new year, this year into November, you really reach a place where you feel that you are where you have always meant to be, and you're ready to take that next step. You can see she's on the bridge, and she's ready to move forward. And it's also about reminding you that about doing your own things, and not always doing for everyone else. So Aquarius, there may be some times where you sort of jump in to be helpful and to do things, and you're doing more than what you should. And so there may be a message in here for you, you know, as we get closer to November. I think this card as a significator will sort of lead to some insights in regards to opportunities for you to move forward, but also to step back so that you're not doing all the work. So I think some interesting insights coming there for you. And in December, you've got the Nine of Swords. And I don't want you to worry about this card. The Nine of Swords is very much about, is just about that. It's about thinking, overthinking, and perhaps worrying. And so for some of you, this is, you know, can be a challenge. And in December, it's a reminder for you that this is going to be a card that's going to give us some clarification on what's going on, but remembering that the sword is your truth, and that you can really take ownership of that and step away from having these things that play back in your mind all the time, and, you know, the self-doubt, and get past that. So I see this card as a positive one for you as you're, you know, in 2018, because I think that you're going to reach a point where things that you worry about, things that perhaps keep you up at night, some of the areas like self-doubt and not having the confidence in yourself, I think that those things are really going to change for you. So I hope that this is giving you some insight into the new year. As I said, we'll go through the cards, and with each of your monthly readings, we'll take a look at the card that was pulled for that month, and just kind of look at it and say, okay, what else is this telling us about the reading for that month? So thank you so much for joining me. I also wanted to mention that I do have a link below where I have personal readings if anyone is interested in a personal reading. And again, I'm just so happy to connect with you here on YouTube. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.